Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So, auditioned. You can do a countdown for yourself, and I'll start the timer.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Somewhere in Asia.
So this is Jet Set Radio. This is, you know, the one that did get a Steam port. You know, Jet Set Radio HD to be exact. And it is the, you know, Dreamcast version of Jet Set Radio, the first one, I guess. And it's pretty cool, but it's very different from Future in a lot of ways. Right now we're just doing the tutorial, and we do the bare minimum here. Just get us by as fast as possible. So, in this game, spraying is not all just one button. We have small sprays, medium sprays, and large sprays. And with the medium and large sprays, we actually have to do a motion. Now, usually we have to use our analog stick and do a bunch of terrible things, but since we don't care about points, we just do something called quick spraying, and you'll see it right here. And that's quick spraying. Basically, in this game, there are 3 different spray patterns. There's complex, up, and down. And the complex is not used in any percent because it's the slowest form of spraying, while up and down are given to different characters. Beat, which is the character we're using now, has down, as well as Cube, which is the character we unlock later, and combo. While Tab, who we use the most in the speedrun, I believe, has up, and he also holds 3 cans, while Beat only holds 20, and Cube only holds 25. And Gum, who has the complex sprays that we don't use, holds 15. So next we're gonna do something called bus skip. You know, it's pretty easy. We just manipulate our speed a little, and then we do that. So that saves a couple seconds, 2 or 3, maybe 4. And oh, I almost split. I don't have splits. And here's DJ Professor K, who we don't see in this game. We just skip him, because unlike Future, this game has skippable dialogue. And on to the first real stage, which is Shibuya GG. This is our turf. Shibuya is the GG's turf. The whole premise of the game is we are a graffiti gang and we have graffiti battles. And cans basically make this world go around. So we find them on the ground. They're just laying there, and they're basically, you know, the gold of whatever world we're living in. But something you'll realize very quickly is that the police in this game are a little bit over the top. This is like police brutality simulator. And we crashed. Okay, well, this game crashes after the first 2 stages sometimes, so we're gonna have to redo this stage, but that's okay because this stage is very fast. And if we crash on the next stage, I actually have a backup save, so we're good there. The crash doesn't really matter too much. It loses like not that much time at all. That's pretty bad. The game, this port is bad. Let's just say that this port is not great. When they first released this port on Steam, the game crashed everywhere, and now they patched it and they also fixed loading times, but the game still crashes, just a lot less. So we're gonna redo this stage now, and you guys get to see the beautiful Shibuya again. Streamer, can you please demonstrate every crash? Absolutely. Well, Carson, don't worry. If I crash on the next one, I have a backup save to where I'll just go to Monster of Kagane. I tried this on Dreamcast and couldn't beat level 2. It's much more difficult on Dreamcast in my opinion. Mainly because you can't control your camera. The only camera control you have is center camera, which we can actually turn off in this port. And we did not crash this time, and we got a 561. Excuse my family in the background. We're getting ready for a Christmas party, so there's a lot of unnecessary noises. And this stage is Love Trap, where we meet the Love Shockers. Well, technically we met the Love Shockers last time, but they weren't introduced really. But this is the Love Shockers now. They are traps, I believe, is the legitimate term. So that's the thing in this game. And this is the first time we see Tab as well, who is my favorite character, because I can spray with him the fastest. And he holds the most cannons. That was a really good spray. Basically what I'm doing is I'm pressing the spray button, which I have bound to Y on the Xbox controller, and up on the D-pad, and then the spray button again to cancel, spray, and then or start, spray, and then cancel. And then I just do that 7 times, or 3 times, depending on what size the spray is. And this is the SWAT team, where they literally shoot tear gas at me for spraying graffiti. And the tear gas is extremely annoying. Ooh. Okay. And that thing you see right there, that you saw floating, is a graffiti soul. I believe in Jet Set Radio Future, they're required to beat the game. I think you have to have a certain amount. But in this game, they're completely optional, and we don't care about them, because they serve no purpose. And we crashed again, so there's all the crashes that this game hopefully has to offer. The game will not crash anymore, so hooray for that. We finally gotten over this hurdle. That's all that really matters. Because I have this save right here, and the save didn't corrupt. I ran in a marathon in March, and the save corrupted, and it started me back from tutorial. So that was very fun, but this time I came prepared, and it actually worked out rather than last time. And this is Monster of Kagane, where we listen to some very good music. This game is more known for its music rather than the gameplay, because, let's be real here, the gameplay is atrocious. I'm just saying what everybody was thinking. No, this game is extremely great in my opinion. And now they have helicopters. So, it just gets crazier. It just gets crazier. We're about to see our first challenger. So this guy's name is Garam, and he's really cool. We use him a lot in the speedrun. I'm just kidding. We don't use him at all. We just say goodbye to them all. They're slow, and most every character is basically the same as every other character, except they have health and spray differences. There's only 3 different types of sprays, so yeah. And this is Poison Jam, the next enemy, and we also saw them last stage, but I forgot to mention it, so... When you hit characters or enemies in this game, they drop cans. Oh, I didn't want to spray that one. So here comes the parachute squad, who I feel like doesn't do anything, but I could be. I think we go too fast and we get the next cutscene before they actually land. Yeah, because we see them right there, and then they basically despawn once these helicopters come in. And these guys are very well trained helicopter pilots, by the way. I mean. Oh no, I did not just do that. I missed a spray. But that's okay, because I get to spray the helicopter. And that's that. So this next stage is called Kogane Circus. And Garam still wants to join us, but we don't care about him. And Kogane Circus is the first of a couple very different levels. Oh, my dogs are barking now. How terrific. I'm sorry about this. And that's because, if you see, they all have 10 on them, and that's because you have to spray them. I guess we ticked them off a little too much last time, so now they want to make us mad, I guess. Excuse my dogs, please. They bark at, well, like when the wind blows, so I can't really control it. And what we're doing right now is just collecting the cans we need, because we need 30 cans, because there's 3 and we each take 10. And then jumping over here, we trigger them, because the way they get triggered is they don't move until they're triggered. And their triggered area goes like up in a gigantic cone. So when we jump over there, we're jumping, oh, that's unfortunate. We're jumping right over them and going straight through the trigger above them. You just go straight all the way up to, presumably, sky limit. And that's a poor Kogane Circus, but it was okay. And I keep on going to split, but I realize I'm not using live split. Or any split program for that matter. So there's Garam again, and we really don't want to talk to him. And the next stage is Benten Boogie, the third area of this game, which originally would be the final area of this game. However, when they took Jet Set Radio and made it Jet Grind Radio and took it to America on the Dreamcast, they added 2 new areas to, you know, make it more like, I guess, America friendly. I don't know. And those are Bantam Street and Grind Square. Ben 10 is the best place in the game. And we just kind of do routes in this game. I haven't really talked about that. There's basically just like a set route that we do because it's the fastest and most optimized route that we know of. So Kogane is the best area. Kogane makes no sense architecturally and like residentially, like at all. And we always do this little dance. This game's supposed to be funky. It was made different. You know, that was the whole goal, was to make a different game, and I think they definitely hit the nail on the head. And now here comes the waifu of the game for most people. And her name is Miu. In the original Japanese release, her name was Biss. And I believe in Jet Set Radio4 her name is Rith. So she is one of the few characters that have had 3 renames rather than 2. And a lot of the character names from Jet Set Radio4 were actually from the original Japanese release for Jet Set Radio, such as Korn. Korn was the original name for Tab. You can actually go into the files and get his original Korn spray rather than it saying Tab, but we don't use that in the speedrun because we use the default beat ones. And these are noise things. We also fought them last time, but again, as per tradition, I forgot to talk about them. They're just robots, and they steal your dog in the storyline and then program him to move like a human. And you guys will see that later, because I am running 2 runs in 1 run. 2 categories in 1 run. One is all races, because when you beat this game, you get to do races. And they're fun, and we get to see them. And they're routed very optimally, for the most part. And this also introduces 2 sections in 1 stage, which becomes a trend later in the game. Excuse the yelling. Please excuse the yelling. I don't know what to say. My family is just loud and dysfunctional. Send help. That was Graffiti High. You can actually crash on this stage. I've done it a few times.
Let's get scratching.
Yeah. Oh, you don't hear the background noise? Okay. I know you heard my dogs barking because my mic picks that up really nice for whatever reason. And this is noise reduction, which is the 2nd boss fight of the game. So, again, we pick Tab. Can you hear me blinking? I'm blinking twice. We can actually do this with Beat, however, Tab's just a better character. Am I running on DC or PC? It's PC. The Dreamcast has atrocious loads. And the controller it's a great controller, but it doesn't have 2 analog sticks, so I can't control the camera. And it has unskippable cutscenes. Well, some unskippable cutscenes. PC has mouse look. Yeah, because we all play mouse and keyboard. That was noise reduction. Pretty straightforward. I actually did something called can glitching there, where basically if you spray the back of an enemy while picking up a can, your cans will duplicate and give you more than you're supposed to. I believe it also works with regular spraying, however, we haven't really found a viable way of really doing it in the run yet, and that's a frame perfect swap. Just thought I'd mention that. And this is Love Attack, my least favorite boss fight in the game. Because it's downhill, and if you guys haven't noticed yet, this game has terrible physics. And downhill does not work how it feels like it should. You basically reach Mach 12 if you dash down this hill. Okay, she's on 1 can. That really sucks. And that rail clips because it's bad. Okay, that was I saved that pretty well. That could have been a lot worse. Let's just say that. A lot of you probably don't know what's happening, but let's just say that could have been a lot worse. As you can see, we're now on to Chapter 2, Combo and Cube, and this is where you meet them, and this is the only time we will say yes to a challenger, and it's 2 of them. As you can see, this is Cube. Her model is terrible in the Japanese release of this game. Her model was much better. Her name is referred to as Sweater Cube in our community because she had a sick sweater. And now they gave her a face tattoo, and, you know, she's not as good. She holds 25 cans and has a down spray pattern, just like the Beat, except she holds 5 more cans. And that is called Cube Jump, or Gum Jump. And Fela failed that in world record at some point in time. I think multiple times.
Yo, kid.
And this is Combo. He's awesome. He's got a yen chain rather than a $sign. It's all about sugar, Carson. It's all about sugar. And this is a race. Look, we're racing. Look, we're racing in this game. We're racing against Beat. We're using this guy who's a really cool character named Combo. Oh, okay. I guess that transition just didn't want to work. That's a transition area, and so I was looking at. I probably should have been paying more attention, but yeah, I feel like it should have worked anyways. But oh no, I forgot what I was gonna say. So yeah, good talk. Oh, transition areas. In Chapter 3, this game has a lot of transitions between areas from multiple levels. And in Shibuya, it's like this middle area, and it's atrocious. It's absolutely awful. And this is called Windshield Jump. Because cars have broken physics too. Are you catching the trend of this game yet? And the race is our first person to tag the tag wins the tag game.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Jump up, get down. That's Beat clapping his hands. Don't mind the animations, they're not the greatest. He also has a double chin. And some terrific storyline that actually does not matter whatsoever. About a guy named Coin. If you've ever played Just the Radio Future, there's some theories going around that Clutch is Coin. So, just a heads up. And this is the best song of the game. This is called Recipe for the Perfect Afro, if you want to just look it up later. I'm not one for game music to like listen to outside of games, but I actually have this song on my phone because it's so good. And as you can see there, I missed a can, and that can was very important. So I'll be going back for it. Awesome. Oh, I missed it again. Epic. We're getting out of there. And as you can see, these guys have afros. Like every single one of them has an afro. And we got a cutscene, unfortunately. That's cool though. Cutscenes don't save time, that's for sure. They lose time, but it's not too significant. Like, people don't reset if they get a cutscene. And don't mind Mojo in the chat, he's just an idiot. It took him over a year to bot me in this game while I was AFK, like taking a break. The only reason I came back was for this marathon. So, don't mind him. And he's also a 25-year-old programmer on the side. How long did it take you to take the bot PC7? Took me a while. But now I'm like a minute faster than you. I used to get stuck in 42 health. 41, 42, but now my PB is a 37.56. And that's Cube's catchphrase, she got mad skills, and it really triggers me when she says it, especially when I mess up, so I'm gonna pick Combo for this stage. This is Grind Square. It can either be fun or terrible. No in between. And judging from just the first glimpse, and if you've ever played this game, you can definitely see why it can be either good or terrible. So. Wanna reset, absolutely.
This is Golden Rhino from the Communications Center. I'm sending assassin number 6 to Grind Square. Do not provoke him, otherwise he might go berserk. This is Golden Rhino from the Communications Center.
Oh, and I got a trick jump, brilliant. Usually, for some reason, I just lose all my speed right there and don't reach this rail, but I reached it. Okay, well, that jump worked. And that was Grind Square. Some people refer to it as Rock and Roll Grind. I refer to those people as sadists.
Grind Square.
Misery Business 21, that is very true. And I'd like to think I have pretty decent sprays, and that's Yo-Yo. He looks like a hamster. He looks like he's been abused too much, man. He, in my opinion, he had the best remake in Jet Set Radio Future. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the remakes of the characters, but he's pretty good. So this stage is called Explosion for a reason. There's bombs everywhere, and right there, I went over there for whatever reason, because I trigger a bomb from the top, so we don't have to deal with it. See, there's explosions right there. Oh, I missed that spray. Magnificento. It's not Spanish. I just like to add O to the ends of things. I know. It was pretty believable that it was Spanish, though. But don't let me fool you. I'm a trickster. There's almost 900k people in my city and about 12 bladers. Yeah, that's rollerblading. And all 12 of them get bullied for it. Yeah, I believe it, man. Alright, so, as you can see, we just transitioned into this area that's oddly familiar as well. And that's what's so cool about Chapter 3 is it's all the areas combined. So now instead of just Ben 10 Boogie and whatnot, it's Shibuya, Kogane, and Ben 10. Isn't that awesome? Oh. So you have to be careful of doing that little thing, because if you're me, you'll run straight into that yellow car if you go too fast. And that guy grabs onto you and lights you on fire, and he's really terrible. Do like this. And he'll give us a cutscene. Because that's what happens in this game when you escape enemies, is they just give you a cutscene as a celebration. And now we're finally transitioning, and somehow in between all these buildings they have managed to land 3 helicopters. Well, not land, but hover them. And here we are, wrapping this stage up. There we go, that's explosion. They're at 8:36 on the dot. so the next stage is Fight or Flight, and if you've ever played this game and beaten it and gotten this far somehow... Oh, that's Sugar. She's my wife. That's what my Twitch name is named after. Sorry if you know, liked her, but she's taken, okay? So, you guys can have your waifus and personas, but Sugar is mine. If you don't know now, you do. But this is Fight or Flight and it sucks, so that's all I was trying to say earlier. That guy's named Afro Sniper because he has a sniper and he has an afro. And to newer runners, he seems to snipe them every time. I used to have the issue. Are you gonna go through credits or just load up a save? Oh, I'm loading up a save. Right, the credits are 7 minutes long. I'm not sitting through that in a speed run. Don't worry about it. I did not mess up. That was memory manipulation. This isn't Super Metroid. This is Super Metroid. What do you mean? It's the new 3D Metroid game that they came out with. It just looks a little different. They're trying a different style. This is an Easter egg. It's a ROM hack, absolutely. Boom. Oh, I jumped straight over that can. Gnarly. It's obligatory to use like very old slang if you run this game. And we're just in the sewers right now because that's Kogane and it's terrible. The only reason Phala likes this area is because it reminds him of his own country. Cowabunga, dude. This game is totally Mondo. Totally tubular. And that's a jetpack dude, if you haven't seen him already. And that's called Rhino Jump, and I almost did it, but that's karma for roasting Phala. This wasn't terrible. This butterfly wasn't terrible. I've had much worse, but it definitely was not good. Deadass didn't make that jump. You're right, man. I didn't. Unfortunately, it's pretty. I tried, man. I got on top of the rhino, which is what people find hard. And that's Slate. He looks like Squidward. That's all you need to know about him. His name's Soda, and like other forms of him. His hair reminds me of those Oreo straws you used to be able to get, and you could like actually drink milk out of them. And this is Ben 10 Burning. It's a pretty cool stage. There's not much to say about it other than it really makes me mad because I'm bad at it. And there's these just very tall African American males with gold helmets on. I assume they were brainwashed, but I don't think they should really be able to be brainwashed because they're obviously like made in like a test tube or something because they all look the exact same and they're all like literally superheroes. So they're basically Mark Henry, if you don't know who that is. And that's called U-turn. I do it bad because I'm bad at this game. We used to have a lot more slower strats here. And I still do some of them because I'm garbage. That was very good spray. And boop, gain speed. Boop, boop. Gain speed and jump all the way down.
Execution center to all golden rhinos. Assassin number 3 will be there shortly. Be careful. You can
And that's a
expect
sick
fire
little thing
damage.
to do. The only time where tricks actually look cool in this game. Well, Misty Flips are basically the best thing. I'll have to show you guys a Misty Flip. These Misty Flips are just epic. Like, I know nobody uses that word anymore, but like, that is what a Misty Flip is. It's just incredible. It is art in its like purest form. And those can pyramids, you have to go slow through them because, again, this game is terrible. And you will, like, lose all your cans if you do it, if you, like, go through it too fast. I tried to do the Misty Flip, but it just didn't give it to me, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. I think a bomb just went off in my home. I'm being swatted.
Let's get scratching.
Shout out to Carson for repping a Little Mix XD. That's my emote. Sub to me on Twitch. It's worth it. My Twitch is MixXSugar if you can't see it on the screen, even though you can. And that's Goji, he's bald. And he's with a bunch of guys that have afros. Maybe that's why all his guys have afros, because he doesn't have hair. And this is a race where they do cool things, and I try to keep up. I usually spray that guy, but I'm garbage. We technically pay for Twitch Prime every month, Carson, so I'm kind of getting ripped off. Oh, whoops. And they come here at 769. Boop. Oh, no. There we go. And that is the last legitimate stage of this run. The next stage is the final boss battle. And we fight it. You guessed it. Goji. And I'm going to attempt to show you guys a very cool trick. The trick is called Limb Boost. And I probably won't get it, and I won't waste too much time on it because I'm actually like in a marathon and I have an estimate, and I have other things to like. I have another category to run, like that is mixed into this estimate. But Limb Boost is just too cool to not try and showcase, so we're gonna go for it. If you've ever played Jet Set Future, this song may sound vaguely familiar. The song is called Grace and Glory, I think. Oh god. That's a strategy, I guess. One way to get over here. miscalculated. Oh, there's the stripper. And now we're going to attempt Limb Boost. So Limb Boost is we use the limb of this fallen Rhino Demon and boost and kill Goji by spraying him. Oh, I actually got like a really good cycle. Whoops. Well, that worked. Okay. I'm literally gonna try it like one time. Like a legitimate attempt at it. Okay, we didn't get it, so. You guys kind of saw the premise of it. I almost got it there, and now I'm not gonna be able to get on this rail. Oh gosh. This is why you don't do this. There we go. And that's that run. You guys can see Goji fall, but I have to Alt F4 and get onto all races, or all jet crushes. So that's the 80% run. I wish I could like let you guys see the credits roll and stuff, but we're racing the big boy category now. Which is all jet crushes. Please don't be corrupted. Okay, it's not. Brilliant. So, I wonder what time I'm on right now. Like if I'm on like, if I'm finna go over my estimate or whatever. I shouldn't be. Yeah, that should have been like. Well, I did crash, so that's probably like a 42. So I'm gonna be cutting this close. I gotta do the good strats. So these are the races that we basically missed throughout the speedrun, because a lot of these races you actually unlock challengers for. I got a 40 with crashes? Holy moly. That's insane. I crashed twice. So that was like a 37. If I didn't crash. And this is called Strawberry Shortcut. I don't actually know if I'm gonna get it or not, but I'll try. Yeah. There we go. Big up, big up, big up mixtape. That's called Strawberry Shortcut. We get a big ol' boost. 36 when? Good joke, buddy. Sub Mogo when? And ANS. By the way, not any percent. We don't talk about your any percent time. He spliced. So, that's all I'm gonna say. Well, that's tragic. That's not what I wanted to happen, but that's what I got. So we'll just go down this. Oh no. I'm about to lose this race. I'm just kidding. I don't lose races. Only 17 seconds. That's the first race. And next I do this one. The races are really cool. Once we get to the final two, they're really cool because we have tons of shortcuts for them, and I think you guys will enjoy them because they're like very watchable, even if you know nothing about the game. It just shows really cool execution without all the sprays and whatnot. Oh. Well, you know, they can't all be winners. This is the only race I actually have a chance of, like, losing. So. Oh, I don't go over there. And we grind on this thing, which is really cool. Okay, I still got the cutscene. I jumped way too late there. We do that to skip a cutscene, but I jumped like very late. And here's harder to skip again whenever you do that little thing. And Potts does a little dance because he's a dog and he's cute. And this is the only race you guys have already seen before because it's the combo race, except the AI is a little better. He's a little more trained. But this is the race we did with combo to unlock him.
Nice.
With all these bad transition areas. Maybe I can make up for the bad combo race we had. Potts has a star on his back. The AI here is actually nerfed? No, it's like buffed by a lot.
Yeah.
Unless you mean on like this specific race. Like the Jet Crushes, they buff the AI, like by a lot. If you play the Ben 10 one, it's buffed. Okay, well I didn't get windshield jump, but close enough. And that was a pretty good combo race. Now we get to go to the fun ones. And there's only 2 races left before you guys never have to listen to my voice again. So, I guess it's a win-win for both of us. I get to play a fun game and you don't have to hear me anymore, so. Oh, this is Bantam Street. And this is the coolest one in my opinion, if I do the skip right. We get to see the broken cars in this game. And I did it right. Let's go, dude. Yeah, if you want to know what just happened, we used the car to bounce us, like, ourselves all the way up onto the traffic light. And then we jumped off the traffic light onto an awning and onto the roof. It's like the most execution-based thing in this entire game. And now I'm about to showcase the most recent thing I've learned, and it's also the final one, so get ready on time. And I finally have learned how to run into walls without bonking them, so hopefully we'll do it correct here and I don't just like eat my words. There we go, just like that. And we go up here and we gain a lot of speed, and then look at this skip right here. Oh, baby. And that's time. So, that's Jet Set Radio. Any percent and all check crushes. 23:33. That's like 2 seconds off world record for that stage. So that's Jet Set Radio. I apologize if I went overestimate. That kind of sucks. 48-14. Dang. I apologize. I did not put crashes and setup time into consideration when I made my estimate. But hopefully I did a good showcase of this game. I think my any percent run was a pretty good showcase for an all-around good showcase for the game. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's the radio. Goodbye. I don't know what to say. I guess I just stopped streaming.
Come along, children.